Welcome to my video. We just moved from Manhattan Beach, California to Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. We sold our home and we're renting here until we find the perfect Florida home for us. Throughout this video, I'll share some moving tips with you and our costs involved in moving from California all the way to Florida. So where is Manhattan Beach? Well, it's just south of the LA airport and a small part of sprawling Los Angeles County. The town was incorporated in 1901 and it was built on massive sand dunes. In fact, during the 1920s and 30s, construction companies actually sold some of the sand to create Hawaii's Waikiki Beach. Today, Manhattan Beach is a popular destination for residents in the surrounding areas. Known for its historic pier, its small downtown area with many great shops and restaurants, its beautiful beach, and its surfing culture. This was our home. All of the furniture was bought new and specifically chosen to match its Mediterranean architecture. We knew that we wouldn't be buying a Mediterranean-style home in Florida, so we didn't take most of the furniture with us. Instead, we decided to give some of it to friends, have an estate sale, and donate the rest. The first thing we learned about moving is that furniture, unless they're antiques, is worth pennies on the dollar. Some of ours, including 2 rooms of expensive office furniture, was very hard to even give away, and most charities won't even consider taking office furniture. And if you're thinking about just donating any type of furniture to charity and taking a tax deduction, think again. The IRS now has very strict rules regarding deductions for furniture donations. You'll see that we did take a lot of our possessions with us. Most of it we packed ourselves. And here we go. We bought most of our boxes and packing material from Home Depot and Amazon. As I walk around, you'll notice that the living room sofa is already missing. We gave it to one of our friends. There was no interest in the massive dining room furniture, and we eventually donated it to charity. And don't underestimate the cost of boxes and packing materials. Our cost was $900. The move from Manhattan Beach to Palm Beach Gardens totals 2,675 miles. We researched many nationally known moving companies. Unfortunately, most had terrible reviews, and the ones that didn't were extremely expensive, even though most of what we were taking was packed by ourselves and in boxes. So we eventually chose Pods. Customer reviews are very good, and although their customer service department is located offshore, it's excellent. A dedicated container was brought to our house. A separate moving company called Pack and Load, recommended by Pods, packed the pod for us, and the pod was on its way to its LA staging area in less than 4 hours. The pod arrived at our destination within 2 weeks. The total cost of the pod cross-country move was $4,700. Our home was 2 stories, and we had the guys from Pack and Load move a lot of the furniture down from the 2nd floor to get ready for our estate sale. I'll tell you about that in a bit. We did put one large piece into the pod, a 700-pound baby grand piano which plays itself. The cost to move the furniture and pack the pod was $3,000. That's our baby grand being prepared for the move. Getting the baby grand from the 2nd floor down the stairs and into the pod was quite a production. About the pod, while we're renting, 2/3 of the items we took with us, including the baby grand piano, will remain in the pod in their climate-controlled storage facility in West Palm Beach until we buy a home. You may have noticed that a red or blue dot was on each box. Boxes with red dots were unloaded at our rental, and the blue dot boxes will stay in the pod in storage. This was Lori's idea and it worked out really well. The guys from Pack and Load did a great job, and they used every inch of the container.
And he's driving the cars all the way to Florida.
In an enclosed trailer?
In an enclosed trailer.
It's going to be a Ferrari,
He's got a Ferrari and a Lamborghini.
Couple of Teslas.
Couple of Teslas.
We're going to convince him to drop those off.
I'm going to have...
We used a company called Ship a Car Direct to move both of our cars across country. Jim, the driver, is a great guy, and he was very flexible on pickup and drop-off times. I put Apple AirTags in each car, and it was fun to track Jim's progress across country. The weekend after the pod was packed and on its way, we had an estate sale to try to liquidate everything we weren't taking with us. We contracted with a company called Habitat to handle the sale, and they did a great job. They arranged the furniture and small items to make it look like a shop and appealing to buyers. The sale was very successful, and aside from our dining room table and chairs, everything sold. Our good friends Lydia and Doug had us over with our friends Susan and Jake for a farewell lunch. We walked the Camino de Santiago with Lydia and Doug, and our walk is featured on my YouTube channel. And here's our home a few days before leaving for Florida. Just a few pieces were waiting to be picked up by the estate sale buyers. Here we are leaving our home for the last time. We flew JetBlue from LAX to Palm Beach Airport. Desi, our little dog, is almost 16 years old and deaf. She recently started having terrible anxiety when riding in a car. We knew this would be the same on the 4-hour flight to Florida. We gave her a sedative prescribed by her vet, and we booked 3 seats to have the row all to ourselves. We were lucky we did. As soon as the plane started taxiing, Desi started to cry very loudly. So much so that the passengers around our area were wondering what was happening. After takeoff, we gave her another sedative, and she calmed down after about 45 minutes. She survived the plane flight, but was sick with a sedative hangover the next day. 80 miles north of Miami, 54 miles north of Fort Lauderdale, and 6 miles west of Juno Beach and the Atlantic Ocean sits Palm Beach Gardens. We're currently renting there, and it's where we're planning to buy a home. The area was formerly a mix of cattle ranches, pine forests, and swampland. The city incorporated in 1959, and since then has become a prosperous city with many gated communities. We arrived at a rental at about 8 p.m., and our cars arrived without a scratch at 4 p.m. the next day. The timing was perfect. We didn't even have to rent a car. Our pod arrived 2 weeks after we arrived. We had guys from Pack and Load help us unload what we needed while we were in our rental. The rest was taken away for storage. If I had to do it over again, I would have bought only heavy-duty boxes. As you can see here, some are crushed. I'm not sure if anything taken away for storage had damage. We'll find that out when we move into the home we buy. 3/4 full now, the pod goes away and into storage until we buy a home. As I mentioned near the beginning of this video, our little dog is 16 years old and deaf. A few months before leaving for Florida, we noticed that she started walking very slow, so we decided to buy a stroller for her here. She's used it only once. She's taken to running and jumping on her walks now. She loves it here. And we love it here too. We've been here for 2 months now, and Palm Beach Gardens is the perfect place for us. The gated communities are beautiful, and there's so much to do and explore. And we're having a lot of fun learning to play golf and pickleball. And here's the total cost of our move. If we hadn't packed ourselves and used a traditional moving company, the cost would have been twice as much, and 3 or 4 times as much if we would have taken all of our furniture with us. And here are some suggestions based on what we learned during our move. Be sure to research customer reviews before choosing a moving company. Consider packing yourself and using a pod for your move. Buy only heavy-duty boxes. Consider using our DOTS labeling system, or even better, number your boxes and use a spreadsheet to list items in each box. Bubble wrap is expensive. Use towels, blankets, and pillows for some of your packing. Take only what you plan to use in your new location. This goes for furniture and everything else, even small items. Consider an estate sale. It worked out really well for us. And rent before buying. This is the most important suggestion. While renting here, we've changed our minds several times about the gated community we'd like to buy in. And a final suggestion. Use an agent who lives in the community you've decided to buy in. They often know about homes that are currently not listed for sale, but have owners who are interested in selling. Thanks for watching this entire video. Please click your thumbs up like button and consider subscribing. More Florida videos, as well as international videos about our upcoming trips, are coming soon. Best wishes from Florida, Steve and Lori.